Hello everybody, my name is Liz and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my current favorite books and probably going to be one of my favorite books for a very long time, officially on my top 10, and that is going to be A Court of Mist and Fury by Miss Sarah J. Maas. So if you don't know, this is the second installment in the A Court of Thorn and Roses series. So if you haven't read that, I suggest you go do that so you can pick this one up and, you know, come back and have a little discussion about what you liked and what you didn't like. So this review is going to be spoilery and non-spoilery, and I'll give you an indication and I'll tell you when. As you can tell, I am outside because the weather is nice and, you know, foresty looking. Also the reason I'm wearing a flower crown, and it is also like 110 degrees in my room. I mean, it's really hot outside still. It's like 100 degrees. I think it's starting to cool down, but also, and then the flower crown, because I associate fairies with flower crowns. I don't know. I just wanted to wear it more than anything. So yes, I was saying, second installment, you need to read this, come back and talk about it. I'll tell you when it starts to get spoilery because I want to talk about some things. So without further ado, and hopefully no more car disturbances, I shall get started. So I gave this book a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. Oh my god. It has been the most enticing book. Here comes my dog.
Can you not lick me? I'm filming a video. That'd be great. You're gonna move my camera stand. You can see her? You can see her? Can you please? Can you not? You're gonna move my camera. Bella. Stop! Sorry, she's so needy. Can you please? I'm doing something. Bella, you don't back away from me right now. You can sit. Sit, please. Sit. Stop. No! I apologize. Can I finish with this? Will you let me? Or do you want to come out too? Stop. She's licking me everywhere and she knows it annoys me. Bella, I'm filming. You're not gonna barf on me. Stop yourself. Let me see if I can continue while she's here on my feet.
So again, 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. She's not gonna let me. 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. It was amazing, beautiful. Oh my god, I have nothing but praise for this book. I read it in a 24-hour period, so about 2 days, I want to say, like 2 full days. I could not get enough of this book. It was all I wanted and more in a sequel. I've only read another sequel like this in more like Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, where the sequel is even better than the first book. I don't even know how she did it. I mean, the first book was good. I didn't enjoy it as much as this one. The language is beautiful. The pacing is absolutely amazing. The characters are so well done and well written. The emotion she conveys. Why are there so many cars, guys? We don't usually get this much traffic. It's like everybody's like, oh, Liz is filming, let's go interrupt her. So the language is beautiful. I'm just gonna keep repeating myself throughout the entire thing, and I'm sorry. You know, I was interested in her story arc and the character story arc. The overlying plot, nothing felt too rushed, which is, you know, not something that a lot of authors can do. Like, they either expand too much on some parts and not enough on others. She didn't do that. Like, it was 600 pages plus, almost 700 I think, and it's long. It's a long book, but I wanted more. I cannot wait for the third book, and it makes me sad that it's the final installment and it's still really hot outside. I'm starting to sweat and this is not okay. As you can see, the sun is going down in my background and just no. So yes, if you have not read it, I recommend that you go pick the first one up and you immediately pick this one up. The first one is a little slower, especially at the beginning, whereas this one kind of really jumps into the action right away. I am so glad I decided to pick this up. I don't know what I would do if I did not have this book in my life. So that's it for the non-spoilery. You guys need to go pick this up and we can come back and talk about it. As you can see, there goes my little dog. My big dog, she's a husky. So yes, so let's give you a second to go get it, read it, and come back, and we can talk about it. Okay, this book, oh, all of the feels, every single one of them, I felt them during this book. So let's start, I'm like making sure nobody's walking by, with the beginning of this book. We kind of get introduced right after, about 3 months after the events of Under the Mountain, and Farah is dealing with PTSD and having to deal with that alone because Tamlin is a horrible person and doesn't help his wifey out. Like, you know that your girlfriend slash future wife is struggling, but you choose to ignore it. So, I keep getting interrupted, I'm sorry guys. So this is gonna be a really choppy video. So again, like I was like, Farah never, with Alice, like she never said thank you. I was kind of like, come on girl, like she got you out. You were in, you know, you're in a good place now. So, you know, this is appreciation. Shout out to Alice for being assertive and doing what was necessary to get Farah out. Like just her meeting the inner circle. All of the inner circle characters were so unique and strong in their own way. They have been some of the best supporting characters I have read in quite a while. I will keep comparing and bringing up Red Rising, the whole trilogy by Pierce Brown, because I am a Howler deep down in my soul. So I hadn't been invested in, you know, a cast of side characters since then. Like I had loved the books and I loved and enjoyed, but I hadn't been as invested as I am with this series. So those are kind of the two series right now where I'm just like that and Throne of Glass, but right now in this very moment, just those two. They all brought something to the table. They all had their backstories. They were all so beautifully fleshed out, so deep in their appreciation for Rhys, and I appreciated that it wasn't an insta friendship either. They kind of had to adjust themselves to her. It was very fast, but it still took like a second for them to trust her and to really, you know why Rhys was willing to bring her in. I mean, Rhys just, he is a love of my life, my fictional love of my life, officially. He's that perfect cinnamon roll, like good guy that's not that good. He's just perfect. Tragic backstory, tragic persona, you know, cocky, arrogant, but so sweet and caring and loving and just everything a girl could ever want. Curse you, Sarah J. Maas, for creating him, because now I will compare all men to him, and that is a tragedy because no man will hold a candle to this wonderful, wonderful fae. But like love, like heart eye emojis AF. Let's just move on because I could fangirl about him for like hours. The next scene I very much enjoyed was the Weaver scene, where he really forces her to come to terms with how strong she really is.
There's my neighbor in the background. That's lovely. I'm just gonna let her pass by because if not, she'll let us talk to me. And I don't want to talk to anybody right now. So the Weaver scene,
where she was like having a panic attack and you're just like, get it together, and she did, and you know, she did it by herself. She overcame that. Yes, she had to have a little bit of push from Rhys, but that's totally realistic to me. If you're going through some shit, like someone's going to kind of have to, even if it's a word, sentence, anything, to help you out, to push you forward, to propel you, to be that catalyst in your life. And he was definitely the catalyst for her. So him leaving her there was kind of effed up, but at the same time it was very necessary for her personal, you know, development as a person, as a character, and as our heroine. And I mean, come on, that ring scene, or that ring part where it's like, oh, my mom like gave it to the Weaver because only a woman that was worthy of my heart. I can't quote correctly, so this is just, was the only one that can get it back. Like, guys, I already knew in my soul, all of my heart of my heart, that they were mates. Like from the moment he smelled her, I was like, mates as fuck. Like there's no way they're not mates. They have to be. I mean, it took a long time for us to have that confirmed in the story, but I love that slow burn for this whole thing. But yeah, I knew the moment because I read a lot of paranormal romance. I know Sarah J Maas reads a lot of paranormal romance, so it was a beautiful like wink at people that do, I think. I was super glad. I'm so glad that they ended up meeting, but we'll get to that in just a second. I mean, she was mad at him. I know, like, just, she was right to be mad, but it was for her own benefit, so she was okay with it. Then we have the bone carver scene. So chilly of a scene to read. Okay. So, just, I mean, Cassian, love his arrogance, love the fact that he was just the bastard, the lowest bastard of bastards, and look at him now. So proud of him. I mean, not at the end of the book, but through most of the book. Azrael, amazing, I love him. I hope that he gets a happy ending. More, badass babe, Armin, woman, person, creature you should definitely be afraid of. All of his band of bastards and amazing inner circle, a court of dreams, all of them amazing characters. I could talk about them all day. Another scene that I very much liked is when she first got introduced to Valerius, I'm gonna go with Valerius. How she was angry, like I understood why she was angry because this place had been like a sanctuary, but
I was that part. I was like, girl, get over yourself. Please. Nobody needs that in their life.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about before that scene. Or those scenes, I should say. When Valerius gets attacked and she's like doing like those water wolves and she's going ham. Oh my god, that was such an amazing scene. Like I could imagine like the water wolves, like that shit was crazy. Love that. I love every action scene. I loved their slow burning romance. I mean, that's one of my favorite things in this entire book is the slow burning romance between Feyre and Rhys. The little letters, the, you know, gestures. That scene in the Court of Nightmares. Ooh, oh my goodness. I really thought they were going to have sex in front of everybody, and I was totally okay with that. I was like, I'm down for it. Let's do this. Okay, we can have an audience. We're exhibitionists. I'm into that now for this particular book. And I did it, and then of course I had a fight, and I was really sad, like the really hurtful things that were said. She was kind of a bitch in that scene. He was kind of a dick in that scene. Then we later get the cabin scene, which was so steamy and amazing. I was like, oh, fan of myself. Because as soon as you entered and there's only one bed, I was like, this is fan fiction. Like, this is fan fiction. Like, there's no way that this is in a book. Where she's like, you know, in fact, both of them are stuck in a room with only one bed. What's going to happen? And it's like, well, they're gonna get it in, or something is gonna happen. And it did. That scene with the wings where he's like, I'm gonna just that scene. Oh my god, like I was just real happy after that scene. And then of course he had to get shut down because we can't be happy for too long. You have to be shut down, and then when the serial gets caught again, like the serial is just shipping them so hard, it's not even funny. She's probably gonna be back in the third book, and I keep saying her, I keep mentioning her, and she's gonna ship him hard. She's gonna be like the minister / whatever at their wedding, their like official mating. Can you imagine that? That's gonna be great. She gets mad, she goes to that like one place. She starts drawing and she draws all that stuff and she wants to draw him, and when he shows up and he's like crying basically, and he like spills his guts, and I fell in love with him even more in that scene. I cried. a little baby as he was confessing all his stuff. I was like, you don't deserve any of this. You are too good for this world, Recent. Too good. Just, it broke my heart. It teared me up. It gave me everything that I wanted in that scene. And then the next chapter, we got the mating scene. Ooh, ooh. Mating scene was the best scene ever. Maybe like because I'm just dirty-minded and my mind's always in the gutter. I was like, finally, finally, finally. I keep saying it happened to me, but it didn't happen to me. So that scene was really beautiful, and that end where he lets her get on top even after everything that he's been through. Like, he's like a sexual assault victim. Like, he's essentially been raped, you know? So that seems super powerful and important to their relationship. So that was awesome. And then all the other, I mean, Cassian being like the instigator afterwards, that was funny. Like, I've seen all the memes everywhere, and I'm just like, with the buttons, makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. I would picture that too. We move on to the actual scene with the queens, and I knew they were bad news the moment they walked in. I was like, there's no way these queens are good. Like, there's no way. So whenever they showed Valerius, I was like, oh my god, this is bad. And then they attack Valerius, and then we know that they're sided with King Haberin, something like that. That was super expected, but at the same time I wasn't expecting it to be done the way it was done. So I appreciated that a lot. That scene where Julian comes back, and that whole scene, that whole end of the book, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, where her sisters become Fae. I'm excited to see what kind of Fae Nesta is gonna be, because I feel like there's no way she's just normal. She's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And how she pretends that the bond is broken, that was super intense. I for a second thought that it was broken, and I was like, there's no way she's going to go back to Tamlin. Like, that just doesn't make sense. I was about to throw my book and just quit on life. So then we get to Reason's point of view, and we learn that she is the High Lady of the Night Court. Oh my god! And that he respects her decision, and that he's totally okay with her, and he's like, we're gonna fuck this shit up from the inside out. We're gonna get rid of Tamlin. I was like, yes! Like, this next book is going to be so amazing. I know I didn't talk about a lot of stuff, especially because I was getting interrupted so much, but I hope I got through most of the. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what the next book brings. I mean, we have to find out what happens to Cassius's wings. Does he survive? Does he keep his wings? That's the biggest thing. How is Feyre going to deal with Tamlin's sexual advances? We need to know that. How is Lucien going to help her? Is he going to help her? Are Mor and Azrael going to get together? I'm hoping. Will we ever find out what kind of actual beast Armin is? I fucking hope so. Will Nesta have powers? Are Nesta and Casey going to be mates? Just so many questions that I have, and I have to wait a year. That makes me sad. I mean, we have Empire of Storms coming out, so, I mean, I'll have something, but it's still a year. A year. So like I said, I feel like I covered most of the stuff. I'm sure I can keep going and talking about this forever, but at the moment, because as you see, I had some difficulties filming outside, so it's probably the last time I'm filming outside ever. Yeah, like, what did you guys think? Do you guys agree with what I had to say? Did you guys like the same stuff that I liked about the book? Did I miss anything important that you think I should have mentioned? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or just let me know how much you loved this book too, or didn't love it. I want to know if Recent is your #1 babe right now, because he is definitely #1. He has toppled over everybody. He is just amazing. I wish I could be Feyre, even if she died at one point. I'm totally okay with that, because now she's immortal, but whatever. Do you guys think that Feyre's dad is ever going to come back? That's a good question. Or did she just kind of write him off? who is Farrah's mother? Is she a fae? I feel like she's a fae. I feel like she is. We'll see. I guess we'll have to wait. Luckily, there's been a bunch of other added stuff to it, so we'll have that. Yeah. Tell me all that down below. If you want to see more of my face, feel free to hit that subscribe button. That'll be all. That's all for me. That'll be all for me. That's all from me. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night, whenever it is you're watching this, and happy readings. Adios! So I've been trying to film, and here is this lovely creature just licking at me, and she won't stop licking me. She wants my attention. Say hi! She is such an attention whore. Look at her. She won't leave me alone until I pet her, and then she'll just walk away from me because she hates me. I haven't finished filming this video because everybody keeps interrupting me or stopping me. This video's never gonna get done. It's gonna be so choppy.